Good morning. Hi, I'm Ginger Miller, the Director of Administration here at the church, and most of you have met me and some haven't. This morning I wanted to introduce two of our amazing new employees that we're so excited and happy to have on our team. We can start with Bev Bentzinger. I'll let her tell you a little bit about herself and what she does for First Lutheran.
Certainly. I started at First, I've been a member at First Lutheran since 1997, give or take a few years, had a few years off, and then we came back. I have been an employee here since October of last year, and I was hired to do the membership database. And sometimes that turns into other tasks that go along with it or are connected to it. And then I also am a reception backup.
Thanks, Bev, and we're so happy to have her. She brought a lot of talent from her previous positions, and in those fields, what were some of the things that you did in your career?
My life has been one of education. I've taught in the classroom for students 7 through 12. I have been a trainer of trainers and a trainer of teachers for the last 10 years or so down in Texas. So it's really always been education based.
And she's very detailed and organized, and that is I'm not, and so it's really nice to have her. So Brian Schipper just came to us recently.
About a month ago,
and he is now our full-time receptionist. So Brian, tell us about you.
Sure. I am the receptionist, which makes Bev my backup, which makes Bev my assistant. No, it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't. So I'll be up at the front desk, saying hello, probably drinking way too much coffee, and that's it.
So Brian, what is your previous career experience?
Oh gosh. It's a hodgepodge of a lot of stuff. I spent some time at Lifescape. I spent some time at Sanford. I spent some time for the Harrisburg School District building theater sets. I run a community theater outside of Brandon that if I plug it, Jody will cut it out, so ask me about it when you drop by. And I've done a lot of stuff, a lot of places. So it's sort of a unique thing that got me here.
Wonderful. So they both have families, so we could have them tell us about their family a little bit.
Sure. Our youngest son lives north of Minneapolis as a marriage and family therapist up there. Our middle son lives, or our middle child, who's a son, lives here in Sioux Falls and works for Hy-Vee. And our oldest is a daughter, and she lives in Stillwater, Oklahoma, and works for Oklahoma State University. Go Cowboys!
Go Cowboys! And you, sir?
I have a 7-month-old son who stands up a little bit now and drools a lot. So not quite as impressive, but he's getting there.
He's so cute.
Yes.
He's adorable. So I'm going to ask a few questions for fun, just to get to know them. And we're going to start with Brian. Brian, someone gives you an elephant. You can't sell it or give it away. So what do you do with the elephant?
I would not sell it, so I'm completely off the table with that. First thing I would do is build a giant saddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Bev, why are manholes round?
Great question. So you can't trip and fall in them in the corners? I don't know.
That's a great answer. Brian, what two items would, oh, sorry, that's for Bev later. This is for Brian. What would you do if you found a penguin in the freezer?
Probably put it back.
Bev, what two items would you take with you if you were shipwrecked on a desert island when all your food and water needs were taken care of? Didn't have to worry about that.
I would need to take a blanket and a book.
Great. Brian, what do you think about when you're alone in your car?
Honestly, sometimes I think about, wait, I don't remember the last 5 minutes. How did I get here?
Okay. Other drivers beware.
Yes. Yeah.
Bev, describe the color red to someone who is blind.
Bright color that feels like heat, and we'll stop with that.
That's amazing. Brian, let's see. This is what I want to ask you. If you could have any superpower, what power would you have and why?
That's a good question. Probably the ability to turn things back a minute, because sometimes I don't always think before I speak. Like my past couple questions.
Okay. What advice would you give to your previous boss, if you could? Your previous boss, what advice?
Advice I give to any boss, I think, previous or not, would be to respect people and respect where they come from, respect where they are at, and help them get to where they need to go.
Beautiful. Brian, last one. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? I can repeat the question.
No, I'm just thinking very, very hard about it. Probably one horse-sized duck, because that's funnier, right?
Right, that's so fun.
Yeah. That.
Well, thanks. This is our staff, and that concludes our questions, and we're happy to be here and be part of the team.